folks, thanks for joining me for the FFC video workouts. For those who are tuning in for the first time, you can join me live via Zoom. Click on the link below for subscriptions or shoot me an email for more information. This morning's workout is a nice slow mobility and strength flow for you to focus on your breath, focusing on deepening into each hold and each stretch. So nice and gentle. Shall we get into it? Let's do it. Let us get to the bottom of our mat and start with a nice long slow wake up. Grabbing the backs of your hands, opening up through the chest, breathing into it. And relax. Taking your right hand up and over, grabbing your left ear. Take your left hand behind your back and stretch into the side of the neck. And release onto the other side, left hand up and over, grabbing your right ear and stretching that neck. And relax back to center. Taking the hands up in the air, stepping out to about shoulder width apart, and blow out all our air as we fold forward and throw our weight down between our knees. Let's go. Big sweep. Do 4 more. Last one. And into our washing machines. Round. Side to side. This monstera behind me turning into a monster and taking over this room. It's great. And release back to center. Into our swings, we'll go alternating legs. Swing up, outside, and bring it in to the center. Up and down onto the other side. Up and down. Outwards to the in. Let's do 4 more. Beautiful. Alrighty, rolling through the spine, all the way down to the ground. Feel each vertebra rolling down. Left hand to the sky. Big rotation. And onto the other side. And back to center. Walk those hands out to downward facing dog. Pedal out those ankles. And planting your left heel into the ground, really pushing into that left heel. Big stretch through that ankle. Breathing into it. Get a little bit more pressure through that heel. And release onto the right side. If you're really tight, bring your hands close together. If you've got more flexibility, keep those hands apart as we take our left foot up into the air as high as we can. And bring it forward, placing it down either between the hands or on the outside of the hands. Big stretch. And drop those hips towards the ground, so really opening up through those hips. Sinking down for a moment. Be a nice big stretch there. And taking those hands up into the air. Let's lean back a little bit more and really open up through the front of the hip. And looking up towards the sky, finding that balance. If we're coming up to a nice tall position, opening up through the right side and turning to warrior pose. Nice and deep here. We're going to go into our lateral lunges, nice and slow. We'll go 4 reps. Bring those hands together. Right hand on top, left hand below. Take that right toe towards the sky and sink down into that left lunge. As we come up out of this, take your hands in a clockwise position, reach the right hand around, left hand follows, and bring it back down into that lunge, opening up those hips, sinking down, and again, big reach, clockwise. Beautiful. For the last 2, you can use those hand movements nice and quick to get that stretch and open up through the rib cage. Up, big swing, and down. And one more. Up, big swing, down. Once we find that lateral position again, turn to your left. So the left foot's in front of this lunge. And we're going to swing our hands up into the air. Down to the side as we go down into 4 lunges with our breath. 1. And 2. And 3. And 4. Up nice and tall, straighten that left leg. Fold down into hamstring stretch. Keeping that left leg straight. I'm going to take the forehead down to the shins. And bending that left leg. Turning it out into pigeon, down to the ground. And nice big stretch here. Staying up nice and tall. And bring our right heel up and reaching around for that right heel. Nice big stretch. And taking the left hand around as well. A double hand stretch. Breathing into it. And you can start to pull yourself up right even more with that leg. Pulling those shoulder blades together. Hand release. Hands back down to the ground, kicking that left foot back up into the air. And swapping onto the other side. If you're tight, bring those hands close together. If you've got more flexibility, you can keep those hands apart. Just take our right hand up into the air. And bring it forward into a lunge. Nice and tall. Open up, looking towards the sky. Sinking into the hip flexors. Nice deep stretch. And we'll take our hands back down to the ground for a moment and just sink down into this stretch for a little bit longer. Opening up through the top of the hamstrings there. And let's just bring it back to a nice tall position. Reaching forward with the left hand, then taking that left hand back, opening up to warrior pose. Nice and deep. Taking the left hand on top, right hand the bottom. We'll sink down into our lateral lunge. Counterclockwise movements with the arms. And down nice and deep. Let's go 2 more. Last one. And turn your body back to the right. Hands down to the ground. And coming up into our deep lunges with our breath. Hands down the side as we go down. Breath in as we come up to 4. 3. 2. 1. Coming up nice and tall, straighten that right leg, folding forward at the hips. Nice big stretch, getting that forehead down towards the shin. We're bending that leg, turning it out to pigeon. Down to the ground, nice and tall. Once we're down here, let's bend that foot and grabbing it with both hands. Nice and tall. Once you're comfortable there, you can use that left foot and straighten it. If you're struggling to get with both hands, you can just use the one. It's fine, just using one hand there and pull against those hands with opening up through the chest. Nice and tall. And release. Hands back down to the ground. Kick that right foot back up into the air. Both feet on the ground. Bring ourselves to a high plank. Scapular protraction and retraction for 4. 1, 2, 3. And last one. 4. Lower yourself down towards the ground. Upward facing dog. Big stretch. Back to a hover. Push ourselves back. Your downward facing dog. Looking between the hands. And we're going to take a hop. Place our feet between our hands. Bend those knees. Up. Straighten those legs. Do that 2 more times. Jumping out. Beautiful, looking between the hands. Bend those knees, jumping up. Straighten those legs. And back. And last time. Bend those knees, jumping up. Straighten those legs. through the spine. From here, we go for arabesque on each leg, then into a deep squat with our feet together. So reaching back to an arabesque. Coming up nice and tall onto the other side. Big stretch through those hamstrings. And tall, toes together, squatting down, deep squat, and back up. And once again, arabesque. High, arabesque. High, toes together, squatting down, nice and deep, and back up. From here, we're going to a 30-second dragon hold, taking our right leg around the back, right knee into that left calf, and holding, looking over that left shoulder as we go. Holding this 30 seconds. Sinking down nice and deep. In 5 seconds, we're going on to the other leg. 3, 2, 1, without any rest, straight into it. From here, we go back to our other side for 20 seconds each side, then 10 seconds each side after that. Staying down nice and low. Feel those legs starting to heat up. 5 seconds, we go straight back to the first side. Away we go. Down nice and deep. Looking over that left shoulder, 20-second hold. Beautiful. 5 seconds. We go straight back on. Left leg behind. Let's do it. 20 seconds. Keeping low. Keeping tall through the chest. Beautiful. Keep it going. 8 seconds. 3 seconds, then back to the first side for 10. And away we go. Nice and short this time. Straight into it. Beautiful. 3 seconds. And over to the other side. So the last one. Three, 2, 1. Beautiful, guys. Come up standing. Take those hands down to the ground. Jump out to a high plank. From here, we've got push-ups with a hover of 3 pulses at the bottom. We start with a regular one. Take our chest close to the ground. Hover for 3, 2, 1. Coming up on your toes or on your knees. Second push-up. Take our right hand forward. Left hand back, we do the same hover, down, hover, 3, 2, 1, coming up on the knees or the toes, and we take our left hand forward, right hand back, down, hover, 3, 2, 1, coming up on those toes, and then back to a regular push-up, down, hover, 3, 2, 1, up, right hand forward, left hand back, down, hover, 3, 2, 1, up, left hand forward, right hand back, 15 seconds to go, down, hover, 3, 2, 1, up, regular push-up, down, hover, 3, 2, 1, up, one more, right hand forward, left hand back, down, hover, 3, 2, 1, up, left hand forward, right hand back, down, hover, 3, 2, 1, up. Both hands to a regular push-up, lower ourselves down. Hands out to the side. Big circles going back. Beautiful. Reversing the direction, heading it forward. Beautiful, taking those hands, interlocking those fingers behind the head, nose to the floor, and then back up, up, and down. Regular back extensions, trying to lift those elbows high. Two more. Last one. Beautiful, folks. Hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to go through this one more time. Hips up through the air. Starting with our hops in, looking between the fingertips. 3 hops all the way. Bend those knees. Jumping in. Straighten those legs. Step it back out. Between those fingertips. In. Straighten those legs. Step back out. One more time. Jumping up. Straightening those legs. And rolling up through each vertebra. To our arabesque and squat. Let's go. Extend it out. Nice straight line from heel all the way to the shoulder. Snap it up nice and tall. Then onto the other side. Big stretch, keeping those hips nice and square. Up, toes together. Squatting down, nice and deep. Heel touching your butt, or as close as you can get. Snap it up. Snap it up. Good, keep those heels on the ground, finding that depth. And squat. One more. And squat. From here, straight to that dragon pose. Right leg around the back. Squat it down, looking over that left shoulder. Beautiful. Nice and low. Looking great. Keep it low. 5 seconds. Straight onto the other side. 3, 2, 1. Let's go straight into the other side. Nice and deep. Beautiful work. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Back to the first side. Nice and low with those legs, nice and high with the chest. Doing great. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Switch it over. Doing great, keep it up. Keep it going. When you feel like standing up, keep it low, 10 seconds, less than. Keep it going, 3, 2, 1, switch it over. Last round, 10 seconds on each, not long at all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch it over. Last one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up we come, hands down to the ground, jump out to a high plank, and into our push-ups with the hovers. Let's go. Down, 3, 2, 1, up. Right hand forward. Down, 3, 2, 1, up. Left hand forward. Down, 3, 2, 1, up. Good. Back to regular. Down, 3, 2, 1, up. Right hand forward. Down, 3, 2, 1, up. Left hand forward. Down, 3, 2, 1, up. Regular. Down, 3, 2, 1, up. Right hand forward. Down, 3, 2, 1, up. 15 seconds. Left hand forward. Down, 3, 2, 1, up. Regular push up. Down, 3, 2, 1, up. Let's go. One more on each. Hand forward. 3, 2, 1, up. Left hand forward. Last. 3, 2, 1, up. Regular position. Lower down to the ground. Hands out to the side. Circles backwards. Let's go. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And reversing the direction. Beautiful. Bring those hands interlocking behind the head and back extensions up and down. Lifting those elbows as high as you can. Two more. Last one. Take your left hand underneath your left shoulder, right hand out to the side, into our cactus stretch. Taking the left foot over. Nice big stretch through the right pec. Hand onto the other side, right hand under, left hand out to the side, right foot across the body. And back to center. Push yourself back through child's pose. Nice big stretch, pulling away from those fingertips. Up through a cat stretch. Just down through cow. One more time through the cow stretch, cat stretch. And cow. Lying onto your back. Right leg up and over the body. Looking over that right shoulder. And as you try and pin that right knee towards the ground. And release onto the other side. And release. Folding up nice and tall. Into our hamstrings. And release, opening up through our adductors into middle splits. Walking all the way deep as you can. Either sitting tall or leaning forward, as you prefer here. And release. Coming up just to a nice comfortable seated position. We'll finish with a couple of minutes of just breathing, taking your left hand down below your belly button so you can feel that expansion and compression. That's really why we bring our hands down here for now, feeling that rise and fall of the belly. Breathing in through the nose, holding and out. Nice and slow. Find that count that suits you. Slow it down with each round. If you find your mind wandering, just take that focus back to the breath and counting. Breath in, counting the hold, and counting the breath out. One more round. And folks, thank those minds for getting into this workout. Thank those bodies for getting you through the workout. And thank you for being here with me. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you on Friday. Big love. Ciao.